Hello, my name is Jermaine Brookshire Jr., and I am a proud member of the Developing Tomorrow's Professional family. I have to say that going through DTP in 2008 has been one of the highlights of my growth. Um, I like to think that without Dr. Hoag, I definitely would not have the mindset that I have today at the tender age of 23. I feel like I have a bit of an old man soul, and I'll share a little bit about that with you. I graduated in 2013 from the College of St. Rose with a dual degree in philosophy and political science. Upon moving to Albany, New York to go to school, uh, I have to tell you the main thing that I knew that I wanted to do when I arrived here was make a positive impact, and I believe I've done that. My college decided to invest in me. I'm in their publications. They've taken me since my freshman year to go off and recruit students on the undergraduate missions tour. In addition to that, I also have a place in their commercial. And, I'm constantly reaching back out to them about ways that I can help them with their matriculation rates. And this is something that I swear that I've gotten from Dr. Hoag in the sense of living your life with purpose. He challenges you. What do you want to do with your life? Who are you? What do you want to be? What kind of man do you want to be? All those things where I'm like, wait a minute, whoa, wait a minute. These are too many questions. These are too many deep questions at one time. But it's what we need. It's what I needed. And I can share with you that without those questions, the man that I am today, I would not be. And I'm very confident about that. And it's humbling to really think about that as well. About how one man can have such a great impact on you. About how one man who is not your blood can love you just as much as your family members, or even more than those family members. And how one man's vision to make an impact in other people's lives can imbue within you enough empowerment for you to do the same. And I see a lot of what Dr. Hoag had tried to put into us. I see that a lot of that has stuck with me. I'm the founder and CEO of my very own nonprofit organization entitled the Great Expectations Movement, otherwise known as G.E.M. We're a motivational and personal development organization designed to help those people who may not realize how much purpose their life has to unleash their greatest potential and find purpose with their life, with the vision of being the best that they can be. We've done presentations at the University of Connecticut, of course, at the College of St. Rose, for the New York State Democratic Conference, for their internship program. We are doing a lot, and we've only been in existence in 2 years, for 2 years. And I've actually built this program while I was in a homeless shelter. And then this is amazing for me because I feel like the strength that I've had to be able to get myself out of these difficult situations has come from Dr. Hope teaching me about what it is to be a man of discernment and what it is to be a man that is walking with the spirit of knowing who I am and what it is that I want to be in life and not being defeated by these temporary moments of pain and despair. You see, when I was in the DTP program, uh, I'm coming from a home that was riddled with domestic violence, uh, parents that weren't that, supportive. Things were just getting a little awkward for me at home. And although I was always a fairly good student, being emotionally and spiritually broken, you're sort of like no use to yourself. You're looking for validation from the wrong areas. You become desensitized in a sense to your own problems, and you start creating more problems that you're not even in realizing. And although this may sound a little confusing, that's pretty much how my life was in that period. It's very confusing and conflicting because in one hand, I am celebrated by my school, celebrated by my teachers, and then when I get home, I feel like I'm nothing. I'm a burden. And Dr. Hoag showed me that that is not the case. Um, and the thing that I would take with me to the end of time is stand on your name. Stand on your name. How do you want to be defined? What is the measure of a man? These are the things that he challenged us with. Who are you? What do you want to do with your life? Why should someone invest in you? And these things rang through my mind as I was going through college. These things rang through me as I even started on my career. As I said, I'm still a student ambassador at my college. I'm founder and CEO of my own not-for-profit organization. But in addition to that, I also work full-time at the New York State Assembly. A year ago, I started there as a committee assistant. And now, a year later, I've been promoted to principal analyst for the Labor Committee at the New York State Assembly. And I'm pretty proud to say that I'm also the youngest individual to have this position. And this is just through Dr. Hoag teaching me to be grateful, but don't be content with where you are. Fight for it. You want something bad enough, you got to make it happen. Things aren't just going to fall in your lap. And I've seen that with the trials and tribulations that I have endured, that was truly the case. There was many a times where I'm running to domestic violence shelters with my mom, that there was times where I'm like, wow, this is crazy. I mean, maybe this is life. Maybe I should try to help get a job so that we can have an apartment and help her with this and help her with that and that way. But those would have been temporary band-aids that would have been aiding our situation to try to help, get us into a spot where I guess maybe I'd have felt a little more comfortable, had a little more pride instead of having to go back to a homeless shelter after leaving from school. But that would have took me off track. And I'm glad that I was strong enough to stay focused and to just fight through and get myself to a point where, education had helped me. And that value for education came from Dr. Hoag imbuing within us that, in life we have options. You can choose to be successful or you can choose not to be successful. And I believe that to be true. I believe that with luck comes when you prepare. It's preparation still included in that. And I think he really prepared me for life. He prepared me for life by helping me understand that I need to be the man that I want to be today. If I keep saying tomorrow I'm gonna start working out and I'm gonna eat healthy and I'm gonna make sure I study, I'm gonna make sure I read, tomorrow I'm gonna do it. And then tomorrow something comes up, you know what? In 2 days I'm gonna do it. You see what Dr. Hoag told me, he was like, be a man of your word. If that's the goal that you want, then go for that goal and make it happen. No excuses. And that's what I've been doing with myself. I'm making it happen. My ultimate career ambition is to be a United States Supreme Court Justice. And I have to tell you that through all my trials and tribulations that I've gone through, I made myself a promise when I got to college, which is to never let my circumstances determine my success. And also, I made a promise to myself to not break my promises. So when I tell you that one day I'll become a United States Supreme Court Justice, when I tell you that one day I will graduate from a top tier law school and go on to study corporate law, you best believe me. Because I'm a man of my word and I'm a man of discernment that have made calculated paths. And I'm making calculated decisions so that I can get to my end point. Because Dr. Hoag, he will let you know in a heartbeat that, a man without a plan is not a man. You got to have a plan. That's very necessary. It's critical. You can't be spontaneous when it comes down to life, thinking that when I wake up, all things will just be changed and all things will be going the way that I want it to be. It's good to have faith and to have hope. But with that faith and hope, you have to put the work in. And Dr. Hoag, he did that for me in a way that I think is more profound than I can probably even do justice for. It's one thing to tell me that, you make sure that you're in school, make sure that you're doing well, you're doing good grades, and you're doing A, B, C, and D. But it's another thing to do that, but also show that you love and care for someone. And that's what he does for each and every one of us. You go to Dr. Hoag and you feel that he really cares about you. He cares about you on a very deep level that makes you understand that if there is ever a time when you're really down and out, you need someone to talk to, you need to be pulled back up. Dr. Hoag is that person to go to. He's that guy that I feel when it's time for me to graduate from law school and Dr. Hoag could be somewhere sipping on a nice fruity drink in the Bahamas, retired. He would make sure that he'll come up here and go for that. And that's just because I feel like he's the type of man that would really want to make sure he's seeing all of us through to our point where we feel that we've made it and made him proud. And the things that I do, I can honestly share with you that I do it with the thought of wanting to make sure that Dr. Hoag is proud of me. Uh, he's a man that I love dearly. He's a man that is with me, even though he were not physically near each other. I feel his presence. I hear him. Uh, you know, uh, make sure you're a man with principles. Be with integrity. These are the things that ring in my ear. And these are the things that he showed us. I mean, the man walks into the classroom in a nice dapper suit, hair's all done, and his attitude was always great. I mean, how do you not feel that energy? How do you not feel like, wow, this is definitely somebody I want to learn from? I want to learn how he's living the life that he wants to live. And then when you figure out, when he unlocks that key for you to understand how it is that he's living the way he's living. And I'm not talking about, when it comes down to cars and finance and stuff like that. I'm talking about with the strong sense of self and being happy and being happy with who you are. Standing on your name, walking in a room and understanding that when I say I'm Jermaine Brookshire Jr., that means something much more than what you see. That means that I am a man that's walking here with a clear purpose. And that purpose for me is to make an impact and to make sure that I'm doing things that, one, will make those that I love proud, but more than that, as what Dr. Hoag would always tell us, something that I can be proud of. And I can honestly tell you that when I look back at myself today, I'm very proud of the man that I am, and I'm very proud of the things that I have in store for myself. We're motivated. He motivates us to be self-motivated. And that's something that I don't know if I can ever repay him for. And I just want to say that, Dr. Hoag, he's definitely much more than an instructor, a life coach of sorts to us. For many of us, he's that dad that we've always been yearning for. I don't know how he gives us so much and then yet still has so much left in the tank for himself. But I mean, he leaves everything out there for us. And I am forever grateful to Dr. Hoag, and I'm wishing him as much fulfillment in life as he's given me. Thank you.